The Cincinnati Bengals need help, and they need it bad because they're 2-4 in real life, and Joe Burrow's out for like the next 2 months or a month and a half, whatever. They traded for freaking Joe Flacco, from the Browns, 40-year-old QB, and he's got a matchup this Thursday against freaking Aaron Rodgers, the 40-year-old battle. Steelers are 4-1, they're 2-4. I'm not really seeing much for them this season, but we're gonna try to rebuild them. Let's see how we do. First thing that comes to mind is Trey Hendrickson. He needs to get re-signed. We have about $84 million in cap room. I honestly think they should trade him at the deadline. They're not going to win anything, and Trey Hendrickson deserves to be on a contender. So we're going to trade him away. We're going to take our best option. We're not going to, because they also drafted like Shamar Stewart. So what's the point of keeping him? So they got a corner and a first-round pick. Zach Allen, a second, third, and a fourth, and a D tackle, 28 years old. We got Jamel Dean, Darius Robinson. Why would they give us Demarius Robinson? That's awful. We definitely don't need a receiver. Left edge and a first of 2027. A left edge, a third. Deron Payne. Deron Bland straight up. They really think the value's there. That's, wow. Jordan Davis, a first, a third, a fifth, and a seventh. See, now that would be too nice for them. That would be too nice for the Eagles. Ricky Pearsall, Drew Phillips. Give us an O-line. O-line is huge. The friggin' Bengals need that bad. Milton Williams, Jackson Powers Johnson, a second, fifth, a seventh, and a seventh. O-line's always the issue, and I would love to fix the O-line for the sake of Joe Burrow. Oh my gosh, Jackson Smith and Jigba? No way. These deals that they're giving us is wild. Let's take a look at the O-line. What we could do to improve. So left tackle, Orlando Brown. Oh my gosh, 22 mil. Dylan Fairchild is just mid. Ted Karras, oh my gosh, dude. The interior of the offensive line is just whack, bro. And right tackle, Amarius Mims. Shamar Stewart, the left edge. Right edge is Trey Hendrickson. Because if we're going to tank this year, we might as well. Chris Jenkins, we definitely want to develop. He's a future starter. And BJ Hill is there just for depth. We don't have a Sam position. We re-signed Logan Wilson, and we also have Barrett Carter. Demetrius Knight, hopefully he could develop. Cornerbacks, they're pretty young, and so I think we could really develop them. I don't think we need to upgrade that. Safety position is just okay for now, and I like Jordan Battle. So defense, we could live with, but we need to upgrade this offensive line. The offensive line is the reason why we're in this predicament, and we have just a million tight ends. So how about we move Mike Gesicki? Let's see if we move him away, what value he has. Kind of trade him away for some picks. Running back. Do we need a running back? Why would they suggest a running back for us? Quandre Diggs, Deontay Johnson. What does our running back situation look like? Because I know we have Chase Brown. We have Samaje Perine, Chase Brown, and Taj Brooks. Now, for a tight end, though, Mike Gesicki, because we have Noah Fant, Eric Ali. We have also, who else do we have? We have, I thought there was a kid they liked, a rookie, but I guess not. Eric Ali's probably injured, but Noah Fant's here. He's 27 years old. I think we can move on from Mike Gesicki, trade him away for Brian Robinson. Let's counter with them. I want to see if we can get a pick for this year, because the rebuild is now. The rebuild is now. Niners, give us a 4 of this year. They make the deal happen. All right, so we just turned Mike Gesicki into a 4th-round pick. Yeah, so Eric Ali, he's 1 year, and he's got an injury. And the biggest position to trade now is this right edge position. Like I said, we're going to be taking a hit this season, but listen, Trey Hendrickson wants to get paid, and so we're going to make sure we get him paid. And cornerback, I don't feel like we need. I think offensive line would be a great investment for us. And I like the idea of getting Olu Fashanu, but we have Amarius Mims and Orlando Brown, unless we move Brown to like a guard position. But Brown's like 6'8", so he'd be a huge guard. Then we also have Jackson Powers Johnson. So now he'd be a right guard for us, and he'd give us a second, fifth, 2 7s of 2027 or 2026 and 2027. But those are the only 2 linemen. I like Jackson Smith and Jigba, but we're going to let it rock for now. Kevin Zeeler, a 35-year-old, I'm cool on that. So it's really either between Jackson Powers Johnson or Olu Fashanu. And what sucks is that this probably has the most value here. We're gonna send him to a team that does not have that is not in contention, but we're gonna try to get a first-round pick out of them. Let's see what they say. They're close. What if we get rid of one of their 7s? They're close again, so maybe not a 2. I would definitely want your 5th of next year, and how about a 3rd of this year? Yeah, I should definitely take that deal. Really? A 1st of this year and a 3rd of next year. How about to get something for the upcoming year, we get a 6th of 2027? They're like, they don't want to go for it. Why don't y'all want to trade this straight up? Y'all really think he's that worthy? I mean, no disrespect to him, but y'all really think that we don't need to move him? How about we also ask for Dylan Parham, who's 20? Nah, we don't need to do all that. All right, so first round pick's not gonna work. Okay. So a 2nd round pick would work. How about a 2nd and 3rd, a 5th of next year, and a 6th of 2028? We're just going wherever, and the deal goes through. So we get a 2nd and a 3rd round pick, a 5th of 2027, and a 6th of 2028. We get rid of Trey Hendrickson, unfortunately, but this is a rebuild. We want to put you on a contending team, and we want to also work on our O-line. And with getting this boy Jackson Powers-Johnson, hopefully he can help us out. The rest of the O-line will definitely need some work, but at least protect Joe Flacco for the foreseeable future. Ted Karras, if he has any value, then I'll move him too, but I doubt he does. Yeah, he doesn't. So we also we got some interesting picks back for him, so we'll gladly take that. We have a matchup here, Week 8 against the 0-7 Jets. If the Jets somehow beat us, then we're going to go right to the playoffs. We're going to make sure Joe Burrow stays on IR and leave it at that. Oh my gosh, they beat us. They literally beat us 31-14. We're 2-6. A new injury has happened. And it is Lucas Patrick's gone, Cedric Johnson, Eric Ollie's gone. Someone just got a new injury, though. Okay, and Joe Burrow's on IR. All right, cool. Someone's got a new injury. We just lost to the freaking Jets, so we're just going to go to the playoffs, and season 1 is done. Oh, my gosh. We lost 56-7 to the Browns. Wow. Okay, so we had the worst offense. Jake Browning ended up starting again. He had 16 touchdowns, 17 picks. Joe Flacco came in at 7 touchdowns, 15 picks. So he was just on some terribleness. Love that. Rush attack, non-existent. Jamar Chase still finished with over 1,000. He had 1,400 yards and 10 touchdowns. Combined for 31 sacks given up by our tackles. 8 sacks from Ted Karras. Jackson Powers-Johnson played 15 games and gave up 4 sacks total. And I know our defense was just non-existent. 4.5 sacks from B.J. Hill. Yeah, this is going to be our toughest rebuild yet. Obviously, Jamar Chase made the Pro Bowl in his first season of the rebuild. And defensively, I don't see Trey Hendrickson make it. Hey, so guess unless they're in the Super Bowl, that'd be insane if the Raiders are in the Super Bowl, but they're not. It's Steelers. Don't tell me it's gonna be Steelers versus Packers. That would be a Cinderella story if that were to happen. But no chance it does. It is the Super Bowl. Wow. It's the Super Bowl. Wow. Aaron Rodgers brought the Steelers to a Super Bowl, and they're facing Jordan Love and the Packers. That's I would have to be there for that game. No doubt about it. I'd literally have to be there for that game. And I'm hoping that the Packers took it, but also Aaron Rodgers get your 2nd ring. Aaron Rodgers and Cam Hayward say he's retiring. Super Bowl champion goes to the Packers. Edgar and Cooper win Super Bowl MVP. Wow. TJ Watt wins Defensive Player of the Year. Emeka Egbuka, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Mason Graham, Defensive Rookie of the Year. Offensive Player of the Year went to Puka. Wow. And they retire. So we are about to get, now the rebuild's going to begin. So we have a 32nd ranked offense. By now, Zach Taylor would have been fired, and our defense, I'm just going to assume our defense was whacked too. So, very bad. Yep, you're gone. Coordinators are gone. Good for us. All right, so Brian Callahan got fired from the Titans, so why not come back to the Bengals? You made Jamar Chase the Triple Crown guy last season, so come back to us. All right, so we have just about $50 million available in cap space, and we re-signed some of our guys here. We definitely want to get a backup QB that we trust. We do still have Joe Flacco under contract, but we definitely want someone else that's worthwhile. I think a guy like Mariota could be him. He's a mentor, or Minshew for be a mentor. But, famous Jameis, nah. I like Gardner Minshew. yeah, if we have him, I didn't even know he had Sean Clifford, but if we get Gardner Minshew, he'll be like the bridge quarterback just in case an injury happens. Running back situation, so we still have Chase Brown, but I'm not really too confident with him, so we might end up drafting someone, have a 1-2 combo. Receiver, wow, the Packers let Romeo Doubs walk after they won a Super Bowl. So we definitely need a number 3 wide receiver, but we could honestly pick that up in the draft because there's no real dire need for it. Tight end position, I like Eric All Jr., so we're going to definitely focus on developing him. But in the meanwhile, we could probably go for, so he does, Joe Burrow would need a reliable target. And Darren Waller, since he's come back, maybe a 2-year deal. Does that even make sense? But you know what? Maybe Eric All could learn from him, and Drew Sample is there for blocking purposes. So we'll get Darren Waller. It's a bit of an interesting reach for us, but I think it will work out for us in the long run. So Dylan Fairchild's at a 75 right now. I like Tevin Jenkins to join us. He's also interested in joining us, but just for kind of depth purposes. The center position. Okay, now this is another position we really do need. And Luke Wattenberg, he's a bridge player. And looks like Ted Karras retired too. So it's either we pick that up in the draft or I don't know, something. Like, unless there's a top tier like center available. But left edge, I see Arnold Ebiketie here, who we could honestly pick up. They give him a 2-year deal. We have Joseph Asai backing him up, so we're going to put a lot of pressure on this guy to get to the quarterback. Nose tackle position, I don't even know who our nose tackles are. We got Chris Jones and B.J. Hill and McKinley Jackson. So we want a lot out of Chris Hill or Chris Jones, whatever his name is. And that will be good for us in the long run. Right edge, we just have Miles Murphy. He's 71 overall. We didn't pick up his option either. Zadarius Smith retired, so he wouldn't actually be there. But we could use one of our many draft picks on that position. And we don't have a Sam linebacker, so I guess give Sion Takitaki a 2-year deal could work. Inside linebacker, Nakobe Dean has high interest on joining us. And we also have Logan Wilson and Barrett Carter. Barrett Carter will probably develop, so we're gonna stick with that for now. Drew Tranquil has 1,000,000% of interest in joining us. So I don't know why. Like, he's like, I want to be here. He has 1,000,000% interest in our team. Maybe to get a veteran, Maybe we should do that. We know he's gonna join us. So why not? I don't think that hurts us at all. And kicker, I think we're chilling right now. So I think this was a very successful free agency. Hopefully our cap space goes all the way down because we really are trying to rebuild this team and maybe not take too long out of Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase's, T. Higgins, all their primes, So we're down to 30 mil. Let's take a look at the draft. Now, I want to see a mock draft, see where picks land. So Archie would go to the freaking Browns. Okay, that's horrible. Where's our pick? We would get the right edge. Why would we get a right edge? We would get a quarterback. Why would we get a quarterback? That's awful. They talking about get a quarterback? Nah, you guys are sick. A quarterback is not necessary. Is there a center available, though? Round 1 to 2 projection. We got a kid named Jake here. He's got B awareness, A impact, B pass block, B run block. All right, looks like this kid Jake will literally get drafted to our team. Or there's a kid here in Jermaine Williams from Penn State who's also not bad himself. So 2 really good centers that are available in the draft. And that works with me, man. Like, tackle position, I don't know. We'll see what we do there. But let's see who we did end up signing. So we got Drew Tranquil, Darren Waller, and Taki. So all the 30-year-old plus guys joined us. Nice. Amazing. Did we try to go for anyone else? Tevin Jenkins, we actually did not because we're developing Fairchild. We have faith in him. And Penning also had interest in us. So I guess our best bet is, we still have Risner and Cody Ford on contract. So I don't think we're too stressed there. Center, I think we need to get a bridge player. Josh Myers could be the guy that could be the bridge for us. Josh Myers for sure. And I feel like the tackle position, we could afford to get like a swing guy to really teach players. But he's asking for too much. Asking for way too much. Oh, Ebiketie did not join us. He went to the Titans instead. Okay. AJ Epinesa has some interest in us. We'll give him a 2-year deal. Maybe he'll go along with it. And Sam, we got him. Mike, we didn't go for anyone. We also got all the linebackers situated. So, all right. We're ready for the draft. Let's do this. All right, so the Browns do go for Arch Manning, and then Cardinals get a pass rusher in T.J. Parker. And now we're here with the third pick in the draft. I don't want to draft that tight end too high, but I also don't, or that center too high, but I also don't want to miss out on him. And I'd rather trade back into maybe the top 10s, perhaps. They're giving us 2 picks, but not what we're looking for. We get an extra second-round pick from the Rams. Rams pick doesn't hurt. You know, second-round pick, a third, and a 6. So they give us a lot of picks for this year's draft. But then that's the earliest people are going to. This one isn't too bad. This is just 10 picks down. We get a third, a fifth, a seventh. You know, I'll go with the Saints just because it's a bit higher. Hopefully, 2 centers don't go by the time it's our time to pick, because that would be so disheartening. So, all right, no centers went. Saints got their quarterback, Cade Klubnik. That's why they traded up with us. So I know they're happy about that. Center position is still available, and we're going to go for it. Everyone's going to be like, oh, my God, why would you guys get a center like him? Like, out of all picks you could get. Well, look, this is what we need. We don't have one. We have Josh Myers. We have Josh Myers, literally. So we're going to go with this guy. He's ranked number 35 true value. Drafted him at number 13. I'm okay with that because we're rebuilding. Second round is here. Now, this is where I feel like we could get a running back, perhaps. Let's see what we got here. So, Nick Singleton. He has A, break tackle, A, carrying, B to D catching, B to D vision. He's the 25th fastest running back. I'm not looking forward to that. They got Makai Hughes. He's got great break tackle, great all that. He's the 10th fastest running back. Nothing too crazy. There's also Jeremiah Love. Now, him I'm kind of interested in. He did not participate in the combine. His speed is only solid. I don't like that. Speed only being solid does not fare too well for us. Like, I want somebody that's fast, dude. 5th fastest running back, Justice Haynes. Then there's also Katron Allen. He's from Penn State as well. He's the 28th. And nothing too, hype for these guys here. But we got some wide receivers. This could be where we get a gem. We got Denzel Boston. B, catching traffic. B, catching. C, deep route. C, release. 25th fastest receiver. We're looking for someone that could be like a slot. We got Makai Lemon from USC. His release isn't that great, but he could learn. There's also Nick Harbor from North Carolina. And Concepcion too. His release isn't that great, but he's really fast. How tall is he? 5'11". He's a deep threat. I think we could fit him onto our team. Concepcion. Yeah, he's a deep threat. Someone that can stretch the field. I'll draft him. Second round pick is pretty high, but he's ranked number 20 in true value. Drafted him at number 35. Perfect. So we get a gem of a wide receiver because Joe Burrow needs his weapons. And now for our next pick, thankfully to our draft picks, let's see if we can maybe get a future tackle. So there's definitely not a left tackle, definitely not a left guard, definitely not a center, definitely not a right guard, definitely not right tackle. No, we got a Mary Smims. Maybe D tackle. There's somebody here. I see a guy, Trevor Kinney. He has C block shed, A finesse move, C to F power move, and B tackling. And his metrics are pretty nice. What about his play rec? His play rec's a B, and his awareness is at a B. Trevor Kinney, I'll draft you. I think he'll be a star for us. Ranked 62 true value, drafted him at number 38. That's a depth play right there. That works. And now, as we go into the third round, I'm not too sure what else we can really go for. Maybe this is where we find a running back, perhaps, or maybe a backup safety. Eli Stowers. Let's see running back. So we got a kid, Donald Bowles. He's the fastest running back here, but his skills don't look too good. He has A injury. He has a bunch of C's everywhere. So we would literally take an L with drafting him. And at tight end, they got this kid here, Eli Stowers. They want us to go for him. He has D run block, A catching traffic. Why would I want that? Who cares how fast he is? Can you block? That's the real question. Can he block? A to C pass block, D run block. No, he can barely block. He's coming from Vanderbilt. It's not going to help us out at all. We got Jimmy Higgins. Now, this kid looks like he can block. He's the second fastest tight end. He has A pass block. I'm drafting him. Jimmy Higgins. Yeah, welcome to the team, Jimmy. You're going to be the best. Ranked number 72 draft in true value. Drafted him at number 67. Perfect. And he's going to be the backup. And we also have another pick. This is why you make these moves, man. This is exactly why. Now, the move itself, I don't know what it would be. Maybe, I don't know who's available. Like, what's a good pick to go for? Right edge. We definitely still need one. We got a kid named Ben Kaysen. This guy looks garbage. He's a run stopper. Then we got Dylan Gaffney. What do you got going? C tackle, C power move, D block shed. All right, not much going on. He's got a great burst. Dylan Gaffney. I don't want to reach. That's going to be a major, major reach. Maybe this is where we get a running back. No, that kid Bowles. You have C's everywhere. You're just really fast, and you know how to not get injured. Like an elusive back, we have Chase Brown, and what was his 40 was a 4.35. Okay, you know what? Why not? We'll take the bait. Yep, we reached like crazy, but. Yeah, that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to let simulation handle the rest. So, trade recap. So, that kid was a 67. I knew he was going to be a bust, but we got a slot receiver who has 96 speed. Now, that's a freaking steal. And we just got so much depth in the draft. I mean, it was just like whatever. But we got a new center. We got a new D tackle for depth. We got a new tight end who's gonna learn. That's a good draft to me. All right, this is year 2 of the team. Offensive line is definitely improved. Fairchild is now at left, or still at left guard, but we got a new center in Jackson Powers Johnson. So hopefully the O line will improve. Hopefully it leaves less pressure on Amarius Mims and Orlando Brown Jr. Darren Waller, new tight end 1. We got Jaden Higgins and Eric Isle Jr. T Higgins and Jamar Chase gonna do their thing. We got Conception here, who's gonna be a speedster for us. And Chase Brown's still going to be running back 1. He still survived for right now. And Joe Burrow's backup is Joe Flacco. Barring any injuries, I think we're looking like a pretty good team. And I'm excited. I'm definitely super, super excited and hoping that these guys can handle business. And we're definitely not going to let Joe Burrow play the whole preseason at all. We're making a major trade. We're trading away B.J. Hill. Only because of cap space, but... the Cardinals are willing to give us a left edge. Apparently, Shamar Stewart's been really doing well. And he had a lot of sacks during the preseason, which I love to see. He's at a 78 now. AJ Epinesa is his back away. Why is there 3 left edge? I thought it was a right edge for some reason. We're going to put, since we signed AJ Epinesa, we're going to put him at that right edge position. But we could also move on from him too. Because these guys are literally just bench players. Lazeez Ojulari would be nice for depth, but I just don't feel like we need to have all that going on. Like I really don't. Miles Murphy's a future star. We have Joseph Asai. I feel like the rotation should be good enough. Like I think these guys can hold it down, and I'm really putting a lot of faith in Shamar Stewart. So Shaka Hayward, we're gonna end up cutting you. DJ Ivy, you're 66 overall corner. I thought there's 2 Ivies on the team. We're going to practice squad Dejon Anthony, Drew Sample. It's okay to have 4 tight ends. I'm going to practice squad the D end. Cody Ford's a bench right guard. We'll cut him. And then we got these 2 guys here. So it's either BJ Hill or TJ Slatton. Now, BJ Hill, he's a superstar, so maybe we'll just cut. Or maybe we could just trade away TJ Slatton. Maybe we could find something for him. He's a huge nose tackle for us, but we did draft a guy in the 2nd round. Nobody wants him. How about the Bills, dude? Y'all don't want him for like a 5th round pick, bro? It's a freaking D tackle. All right, they'll definitely go for a 6, but bro, another team will definitely take him. Yeah, what? Yeah, Broncos would definitely take him here. All right, maybe not a 4th, but how about a 5th round pick? No. Okay, so I guess we'll send him to the Bills for a 6th round pick. That should go through. We got our pick. We moved TJ Slatton. We don't have to cut any more players. And the season's here. All right, game 1 against the Falcons. We won 31-14. That's a great start to the season. Let's see. Our offense ranked 3rd. Joe Burrow had 3 touchdowns, no picks. He got sacked 3 times, bro. Come on. 8 carries, 123 yards, and 1 touchdown for freaking Chase Brown. He had an 89-yard carry. Love to see that. T. Higgins had 11 catches, 124 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Conception had his first touchdown. And Jamar Chase, 4 catches, 66 yards. Orlando Brown gave up 2 sacks. All right, lineman. We're going to have to do something here. Can't be giving up these sacks like that. You give up any more, I'm going to have to make a trade because we're going to go up against some fearsome pass rushers, and Joe Burrow can't keep getting sacked like this. But I'm glad he's back. You know, the NFL needs him. The Bengals for sure need them. We just lost to the Texans 23-17. Tough loss. I mean, what could have happened? I feel like that was a game we should have won. Joe Burrow threw a pick, and he got sacked 5 times, bro. C.J. Stroud only got sacked once. Oh, my gosh. The rush attack went crazy for the Texans, bro. We couldn't stop a thing. Conception and Jamar Chase went off, but who gave up these sacks, bro? Orlando Brown. All right, you're getting traded, bro. I'm sorry. You're not going to give up all these sacks. I don't care. It was Travis Jones. Not even Will Anderson was causing problems, bro. Yeah. 5 sacks in 2 games. I'll gladly take a cap hit for you. Christian Watson got traded to the Panthers. Interesting. Yeah, I'll gladly take a cap hit for moving Orlando Brown because you're playing pretty garbage, bro. Like, oh, and we can move him. All right, cool. Like, your morale definitely went down. You're not as good as you once were. So, we're going to make something work. Daquan Jones, Isaac Shimelo. I want to tackle, bro. I want to tackle back. Braxton Jones. Let me see. What are your stats so far in the season? You've given up 1 sack so far. Last year you gave up 8. All right, that's a good player. He's good enough. He's good enough, I'd say. Hold on. Yeah. So we're gonna trade with the Bears. We're gonna trade with the Bears. Bears knows best. Let's see. Left tackle, he's about $7 million. Doesn't say how many years he has left on his contract. We got Cam Robinson. No, he's a vet. Tristan Wirfs isn't going anywhere. Rashawn Slater and Joe Alt. Why are they both there? Oh, well, one's playing the other position. Justin Simmons or Josh Simmons and Wanya Morris. I'm cool. Jalen Travis, I'm cool. Laramie Tunsil, I'm cool. Tyler Guyan, I'm cool. We go through all these. It seems like we don't really have to consider any of them. I feel like Jedrick Willis. No, he played on the Browns. The freaking Lions drafted Caden Proctor. Okay. Ooh, Packers got this guy named Anthony Belton. Now I know him I don't know him in real life, but that could be a good pick for us. I know he doesn't get PT. Let's see. He gave up 4 sacks in 2025 and hasn't given up much now. He's a future starter. Let's trade for him. How much would it cost to trade for him? I'm not giving you a right guard. I'm sorry. Definitely not giving you the right guard. What I could do, since we have a couple picks, I'll give you a 5th and a 6th. See if that goes through what they're looking for. I'll even trade a high. You know what? How about a 3rd round pick straight up for a tackle? They're like, no. How about a 3, 5, and a 6? That's some value right there. They're not feeling it. Dude, a 2nd round pick should go then for Anthony Belton. They feel like that's not enough. Okay, so a 5th and a 6th. They're close to accepting this. How about 2 6s then? 2 6s, a 5th, and a 2nd round pick. Oh my gosh, dude. So it looks like we're gonna go 2 5s, a 2nd, and we have 3 seconds. Okay, so maybe we don't have to do our highest ones. So remove that one. We'll do a 146 and 148, and then see if we can just keep our. Okay, no, we're gonna have to give up the 6 as well, huh? They're not playing with us. They're making sure we work. Damn, really? How about a 7th round pick too? Holy crap, dude. They're not budging for Anthony Belton. This guy better be nice. He better be nice for us. You guys are so annoying, bro. I thought I gave out 2 6s. Alright, 2 6s then. Alright. We get Anthony Belton. We just went through so much to try to trade him away. But this should do us better because we're not gonna let Joe Burrow just die like this. Definitely not. So Anthony Belton, welcome. You're gonna be on the team. Orlando Brown, I'm sorry you're gonna have to go, but you're not doing much for us. And let's see if we can recoup some of our losses with our picks. And honestly, I'd rather just trade him away, just straight up. Let's counter here. Remove this. And get like a 2nd round back from y'all. Let's see what they say. They're not too interested in that. How about we remove that? Just go for a 2 and a 7 straight up. They're not that interested. Wow. I don't want to pick up Suomelo though. I don't want that cap or all that. Because then the guy's just going to end up getting cut. So maybe get like a high 3, I guess. If you want to give up a 3. All right, cool. We get a 3rd round pick back for Orlando Brown at least. So we free up some cap room, and now we have a new tackle who should hopefully help us out here with the pass pro, because Joe Burrow was getting killed because of one dude and one dude only. So Anthony Belton, welcome. You're a new left tackle. And yeah, let's continue on. I feel like we'll do better now. Bro, we beat the Titans 45-6. Eric All is week to week. All right, a bunch of guys are week to week, but they're going to come back. 45-6 is our biggest win this season so far. That's awesome. Let's see how many sacks was given up by our guys. Joe Burrow only got sacked twice. Love that. Cam Ward threw 4 picks and got sacked 4 times. That's what I'm talking about. 17 carries, 60 yards, 2 touchdowns for Chase Brown. Jamar Chase, 2 catches, 80 yards, a touchdown. T. Higgins went off. Conception had another touchdown. Darren Waller did well. I love this. I love this. Let's see. Any sacks given up? Fairchild, Salter, only 2 sacks, bro. I love that. We're doing, bro. I can't believe it. Shamar Stewart had 2 sacks and the tackle for loss. Jeffrey Simmons, of course, is just going to get to the QB. But Cam Taylor-Britt and DJ Turner, our starting corners, both had 2 interceptions each. Awesome. I'm feeling confident now. We got the 1-2 Chargers. This is a big-time matchup. Justin Herbert's always an issue. And I don't know about the Chargers D-line, but we end up losing this game? How? 38-35. All right, so close game. Close game. Joe Burrow's leading the league also. He's also leading the league in passing yards. Let's see. And he only got sacked once. 77 completion percentage, 2 touchdowns. Okay. Marion Hampton and Justin Herbert went off. 8 touchdowns. 8 carries, 30 yards, and 3 touchdowns for Chase Brown. All right. Jamar Chase went crazy. Conception went crazy too. I love that Conception is getting the rock. Anthony Belton gave up his first sack for us, but that's okay. It's freaking the Chargers. All right, so 2-2 at the moment, or 3-2, right? Oh, it's 2-2, and we got a divisional matchup against the Ravens. Let's see how we do there. And then this will decide if we're going to sim to the middle of the season. And, Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, they're a crazy team. They're always really good. But if we can go 3-2 and beat them, that'll put us in a good standing here. We actually ended up losing. We ended up losing 31-8. Wow. That's a bad loss. What's going on? Defense is not doing too well. Whoa. 31-8? That's a big loss. Like, Joe Burrow threw a pick. He got sacked twice. Lamar Jackson played well. Our rush attack non-existent. What's going on here? Darren Waller was our lead receiver. 6 catches, 68 yards. That's a problem. Salter gave up a sack. Belton gave up a sack. Shamar Stewart got a sack. But that's about it. Wow. Okay. All right, so maybe we'll change some play types. Maybe that could help us out, because we should be doing well. So we're going to sim to the postseason. Bro, we go 8-9, bro. How? With a healthy season of Joe Burrow, top in every category, 33. He got sacked 55 times? Bro, we tried to fix that too. This man's Chase Brown fumbled 6 times. We had 3 1,000-yard receivers. Conception, Higgins, and freaking Jamar Chase. Anthony Belton gave up 20 sacks? Bro, are we just going against the most fearsome pass rushers possible? Shamar Stewart also had 10 sacks. That's something to note. That's really good. AJ Epinesa at 5, so Shamar Stewart's really developed into his bag. 10 picks for our 2 corners. Bro, 20 sacks given up is ridiculous, bro. There's no way. Bro, what do I do? All right. Anthony Belton, I don't even know what to say. That's awful. That is actually awful. Like, I don't even feel like we're that bad. The Browns finished better than us. We were 10th overall. Oh, my gosh, dude. That's horrible. So, Joe Burrow, obviously, is a Pro Bowler. Jamar Chase is too. Tight ends, none of our guys. Offensive line, I would be surprised if I saw one person. D-line, I'm surprised Shamar Stewart didn't make it. He balled out. Linebackers, none of our guys either. Cornerbacks, DJ Turner made it. Our only corner that did. All right. I'm kind of disappointed in my team. I'm not going to lie. Like, I thought, trading for Anthony Belton was the right thing to do. But it doesn't seem like that was the case. Packers are back in the Super Bowl again against the Ravens. Like, we need to pair someone up with Shamar Stewart as well. I mean, 10 sacks is really good. AJ Epinesa, for the money we signed him for, only having 5 sacks is not really much in the 18, 17 game season. 5 sacks, bro. Like, we could get a veteran to do that, like a Zadarius Smith. And Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Kevin Conception. Packers went back-to-back in the Super Bowl. Jordan Love wins Super Bowl MVP. Left edge, Max Crosby won Defense Player of the Year. And, yeah, wow. We need to change something defensively because we need a freaking everything on defense.
Bruh.
All right. Aiden Hutchinson's a free agent. Okay. I wish we could afford him to pair him up. That would be dope. Jair wants to join our team. But we already stacked, my boy. Like, we're not going to give you $20 million. No, you're not even getting $20 million right now. So why would we get him? Our backup quarterback, I'm not paying Mac Jones over freaking $12 million a season. But we do need a backup that we could rely on. Jacoby Brissett could be the guy. Let's see how much he's asking for. About $8 million. He's only 34, you have 2 years. All right, I want to go for Jacoby Brissett. I think he could spell us really well. Tony Pollard is a free agent here. Yeah, Chase Brown had too many fumbles. I can't lie. That's way too many fumbles, bro. If we gave him a 2-year deal, he's 30 years old. Because we also did re-sign Chase Brown, too. Wide receiver, we got Conception, we got T. Higgins, we got Jamar Chase. We're set there. We are set. Tight end, I don't think we need anyone. We still have Darren Waller, but he's on the decline. He's gonna. I like our tight end situation. Wanya Morris wants to join, bro. Orlando Brown's a free agent, of course he is. Trevor Penning, he gave up a lot of sacks too. And Trevor Penning, how many and now that I think about it, let's take a look at the stats. How many sacks did he give up this past season? He gave up 10 on the Bills. So why would we go for that? That don't even make sense for us to go for something like that. What about Ben Powers? Did he play last season? Like, what did he do? He gave up 8 sacks for the Saints. It's not bad. Our center, ooh, if we sign Elgton Jenkins though, and moved him back to left guard, maybe that could help us out in the long run. Maybe gives our left guard something to learn. Yeah, maybe we could do that. Maybe sign Elgton Jenkins. He has no interest in joining us though, but a 1-year deal that he's not going to sign, obviously. And yeah, that could honestly work. We need a Mike for sure, but there's not really much available here. We got Trenton Simpson. I didn't even know he was a Mike. I thought he would play inside linebacker. And he has no interest in joining us either. He has 91 speed, though. 91 speed. We don't even have the cap room to make that offer. Damn. Let's see if we take a look at the team. If there's anybody we can move on from who's taking up cap. So Jamar Chase is not going anywhere. Joe Burrow's not going anywhere. Cam Taylor-Britt's not going anywhere. These guys are clearly not going anywhere. Chase Brown, you need to not fumble and you're good. Dax Hill, Shamar Stewart. He's only 81. Oh, he's 82. We got some real core guys here who are gonna make things shake. So Logan Wilson, he's a bridge player. I think we can move on from him. We need a destructive force in that middle. And I say destructive as if it's some type of ooh, wait a second. Brandon Coleman, left guard. Hold on. We might have stumbled. Ooh, Brian Clemens, right tackle. He's just 71, though. Hold on. Brandon Clemens, left guard. Or Brandon Coleman, left guard. Let's take a look at what his stats are like. So, he gave up 1 sack last season. And then, at that left guard position, maybe we can make something work here. We gave up a lot for Anthony Belton. That's one thing for sure. We gave up way too much, if I'm being honest. And I'd be willing to trade him away because 20 sacks is enough to get freaking ostracized, sent to the gulag. Yeah, no. Unless we move him to right tackle. Yeah, honestly, we could move Anthony Belton to right tackle. And then, it's just... These guys gave up way too many sacks, though, I feel like. But if we move him to right tackle, move Amari Smith to left, keep Fairchild for now, because this is only his second year, maybe still trade away. Maybe we still do trade away Logan Wilson because he hasn't done anything. That's another glaring factor. He hasn't done much for the defense. Our will position, we also have Drew Tranquil. Oh, facts. We might as well trade him. Leo Winslow, no, I don't want that. Yeah, so we have young guys that we're going to have to develop. They're going to have to do their thing. Brandon Coleman in a 7th. Okay. You know what? We'll do it. We'll do it. For a 4th round pick, my boy. Wait, but why are you guys trying to make the trade? How can y'all make the trade if y'all don't have cap space? That don't even make sense. Stupid. They literally don't do to. Oh yeah, so they can't even do this trade. So we'll wait till after the draft then. So with the draft here, we've got plenty of options here. They want us to go for a left tackle now. Could we get Jordan Seaton? We definitely could. He could definitely be a game changer for us and help out the old line. Like A run block, A awareness, A to C pass block, B to D impact. Like he'd obviously be a steal at that position. But the other thing is we need a left edge. There's a guy named Bryce Young from Notre Dame. Yeah, we need a DN to pair up with AJ, not AJ Epinesa, Shamar Stewart. And there's a kid here, Bryce Young. He has A block shed, C finesse move, A power move, A tackling. He's not that fast, but he's pretty strong, and he's great all around. And he looks like he'd be a great rusher for our system. Or we could get a left tackle. I like Jordan Seaton. He's from Colorado. I feel like he'd be a game changer for our O-line. And he's agile. Then we can move our guy Mims. You know what? We're going to draft Jordan Seaton. Getting a left tackle. Let's see. Hopefully, ranked number 25 true value. Drafted him at number 13. So he's still a first-round talent, but kind of missed out. We kind of missed out there. So with that being said, we're going to trade away Anthony Belton for a D-end. We're going to trade him away for a D-end. Like, we need a D-end bad. We need someone to pair up with, Greg Rousseau would be lovely. But we need someone to pair up, or it's a right edge, actually. It's a right edge we need. Nick Bonito is getting $32 million a year. Yeah, that's cooked. How about Landon Jackson, though? How about Landon Jackson? No trade packages available. Wow. Okay. Myles Garrett, Yaya Diaby, Chris Braswell, Josh Sweat, Jordan Birch, TJ Parker. They got mad DNs on their team. What's up with that? Jordan Birch is a 77. How much will we? A 3rd and a 6. Go for a 3rd and a 6. Move Epinesa because we're not getting much value out of him. Carrington Valentine, get a Sam back for that. Inside linebacker position, we move on from Logan Wilson. Sam Trotter would be way better because he's younger too. So Jeremiah Trotter would be better there. And at that will position, we'll move on from Drew Tranquil as well too. No trade packages. Wow. No one's looking for a will. The Chiefs cannot afford it. Anyone else looking for a will? That's Niners. All right, Giants are. Of course the Giants are. What do they got to offer us? How about for Abdul Carter? Yeah, not a chance. Not a chance. Cornerbacks, Denzel Boston. Yeah, I don't know. He's pretty good. Javon Bullard. Isaiah Likely. Ooh. Nah, let's go for a pick straight up. 3rd rounder for Drew Tranquil. They're close, but they're going to accept the 4 for him. And I think that's good value. And, yeah, I'm happy with that. And we have one more to move to make. We have to move Belton. We just drafted Seaton, so we got to move Belton. Let's see if he has any value being at that right tackle position. Like I said, the sacks he gave up was absurd. Max Melton, Tyler Guyton. Damn, now we're getting a left tackle, bro. Right. Jordan James. Ooh, maybe a running back, because running back is still our biggest need apparently. Travion Henderson. Travion Henderson. Why not? Give him a try. All right. We just made a lot of moves, but it'll work out. Trust me. So Jordan Seaton was a 78. The running back, we also drafted a guy named Jadarian Price. And then we got a safety, backup safety, a right edge, a quarterback, and Eli Holston from Pittsburgh. So we get a new backup. We get another D tackle for depth. We had so many picks in this draft, dude. That's insane. Now I have to say, there's no way we don't make the postseason. We not only did we sign Elton Jenkins, he's gonna be starting at left guard. We have a whole new freaking roster, dude. Like, they have to ball out. They literally have to. I'm gonna generate best lineup. Look, Cian's here, Elton Jenkins, Salter, Jackson Powers Johnson, and Mary Smims. Then Jaden Higgins, or I don't know his name, but he's developing well. We got Conception. We traded for Travion Henderson. We also have this kid Price, so we're gonna have a battle at the quarterback position and running back position. So we're in a good situation right now. Barrett Carter's here. We got Jeremiah Trotter, Taki, Demetrius Knight. We traded for Jordan Birch, so he's gonna be a new DN for us. Hopefully making plays. And special teams, we're gonna need a punter, but yeah, I'm excited. And yeah, let's go to the regular season. All right, so year 3 of the rebuild is here. This is what we got going on. T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Conception doing their thing. Travion Henderson has won the starting position over Chase Brown. We also have Jeremiah Price and Eli Holston, 4th round QB, won the starting job over Jacoby Brissett. But for now, we're going to keep the veteran there just in case. Offensive line, I'm feeling really confident here. Linebackers, I'm feeling confident as well too. D-line, I'm liking what we got here. I feel like we have lots of potential everywhere. We have a starting cornerback that is injured, but he will come back. He's on a good deal for us. He has a dislocated shoulder. And all we got to do is win week 1. I'll sim to the middle of the season. I'll feel confident with that. Oh, also, we are keeping 2 kickers on the team. Reason being is because I saw Brandon Aubrey. I'm like, he's the most accurate kicker. He has 99 kick accuracy and kicking power, so why not? But we'll have Evan McPherson there just in case. But yeah, he won the job. He's the starting kicker. And week 1's against the Browns. They have a great defense, but hopefully our offense can overpower them so that I can feel confident to move to the middle of the season. We do win the game. We don't fumble. We won 21-17. Cam Taylor-Britt unlocks a new ability. Offense is 12th. Joe Burrow got sacked 5 times, bro. Like, how could I prevent the sacks to happen, bro? Like, that sucks, bro. T. Higgins and Conception did their thing. Blocking. Cian gave up 2. All right. Like, you know, he's a rookie. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Shamar Stewart had 1.5 sacks. Barrett Carter had a sack. I love that. And Shamar Stewart's really been developing into his own. I love all that. I hope that he can do the same thing against the Steelers. Steelers are pretty good, but Aaron Rodgers did retire. I don't know who their quarterback is, but let's see if we can start off 2-0. That'd be lovely. We do gain over. I think we won 44-31. A D lineman breaks out. Okay. Joe Burrow, I think he had a career day because he threw 5 touchdowns, I'm sure. Bro had 466 passing yards and 5 passing touchdowns. And he got sacked 3 times. DJ Lagway got sacked 5 times. Travion Henderson, our rush attack is awful for some reason. But Conception, 6 catches, 139 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jamar Chase is Jamar Chase. Insane. T. Higgins also had a 100-yard game. What? All right, I guess. That's awesome. Blocking, let's see. Eric Lynch gave up 3 sacks. And Mary Spims gave up 1 sack. And Jordan Sean gave up a sack. All right, so that's not bad. That's not bad. Our tackles gave up a sack. Jordan Birch, he popped off 2.5 sacks. Love that. Love that. T.J. Watt didn't get a sack apparently, so that's interesting to see. But good game from our guys. We're 2-0. If we can start off 3-0, we're facing the 0-2 Seahawks. We should put BTA. Like, there's no reason why we shouldn't. Like, Zach Taylor, we win the game, passed for 3 touchdowns. We're 3-0. We won 33-23. 1 new injury. Right guard, dislocated elbow. Okay. This is why we prepared for this. We prepared for this. Low mo, we really did. And we have Dalton Risner there. For now, I think if I put generate best lineup, I think they'll put Fairchild there. Cool. And Henderson will still get the nod over Chase Brown. Jacoby Brissett will still get the nod over Holston for now. But We won 33-23. I want to see what happened in this game. Joe Burrow is on the tear, as we can see. He also only got sacked once. He threw 3 touchdowns. Sam Darnold still QB1. He got sacked 3 times. Travion Henderson averaged 3.8 yards per carry. Need a little bit more than that. This man is Jackson Smith and Jigba. Unstoppable, of course. No sacks by our defense. Forgot about that. And Jordan Birch had a sack, and so did Osai. And Shamar Stewart had half sack. So these guys are getting to the QB. Geno Stone also got a pick. So our defense is playing with a lot more energy, which was great. We're facing a 1-2 Texans. We're feeling confident. The Texans are 1-2. We lost to them last season when we played them. So hopefully we can get a dub here. We ended up losing because the Texans just have our number. We lost 33-28 or 31-28. First loss of the season. Joe Burrow only threw 1 touchdown. He got sacked twice. CJ Stroud had a good game. Our rush attack again, bro, just non-existent, bro. I might just have to bench Travion Henderson or something, because our rush attack, bro, we need something out of these guys, bro. Like, how many running backs are we gonna put onto this team? But when we're facing the Packers, who are 3-1. If we lose this, then we'll make a change. But I mean, Packers are 2-time Super Bowl winners. They're defending champs. Hopefully we could beat them. That'd be a good morale boost for our team. And let's see, Zach Taylor. Oh, we don't beat them. What's the loss? 31-25, bro. I hate when that happens, bro. I hate when we're like looking good but we're just gonna lose a tight game. Joe Burrow got sacked once. Jordan Love didn't get sacked at all. All right, so they were just chilling. Josh Jacobs 8, awesome. Jimmy Higgins, our tight end, did well, but that's about it. Jordan Seaton gave up a sack. That's gonna happen because he's a rookie. And yeah, so we lost a very close game by 3 points. So we're on a 2-game skid. We're facing 1-4 Broncos. We should probably get back on track with a game like this against Bo Nix and company. Us losing this would be a heartbreaker, but we ended up winning the game, thankfully. We won this 37-20. Now that's a comfortable win if you ask me. That's a very, very comfortable win. Offense, Jordan Love, Joe Burrow got sacked 4 times. Bo Nix threw 5 picks. 5 picks. Travion Henderson did okay running the ball. Cortland Sutton, man, he ate, bro. What? Jordan Seaton, 2 sacks. Salter gave up 1. Elton Jenkins gave up 1. And Nick Bonito had 2 sacks, so they obviously ate. But the backup safety had 2 picks. Starting corners had 3 picks combined. All right, so we're 4-2. Facing a 5-1 Raiders. Why is the AFC so good this season? What's going on? What's going on, bro? 5-1 Raiders. Hopefully we gave them their second loss. Yes, we do. Let's go. Let's go. We won 29-28, so a close game. That was a freaking battle. I'm glad we beat them. Knocked them off their high horse. Lenore Sellers. Joe Burrow got sacked 7 times, bro. 7 times? Lenore Sellers didn't get sacked once? 7 times, bro. We shut down the rush attack, though. Conception went off 7 times. Elton Jenkins gave up 4 sacks. What are we doing? Zane Durant had 2.5. Devontae Wyatt's interior lineman. Trey Hendrickson, of course, and Max Crosby. All right, so we're the reason why their D-line's so nice. So let's not. 7 sacks is ridiculous, though. I can't even front. Like, that's crazy. 4-3 Browns. AFC North matchup. A dub here would be great. That puts us at, yes, we do take a dub. We are at 1 new injury. We're at 6-2. T. Higgins dislocated ankle. Jackson Powers Johnson is injured. McKinley Jackson's injured. We win another game by 1 point somehow. Our offense is ranked first, I guess. I guess we're the number 1 offense. Joe Burrow got sacked 4 times. Archie Manning, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Rush attack was just whatever. Again, sacks. Amari Smith, Jenkins, Salter. So every starter pretty much gave up a sack. Mason Graham. Ay. Yo, these D-lines, bro, are just unbelievable. Like, we're facing some monsters, bro. But our offense is really good. Our defense is but at least our rush defense is nice. Cardinals are 4-4. If we win this and go 7-2, then I'll sim to the postseason. There's no way we don't make the playoffs at this point. Let's see. We do win the game, so we're 7-2 right now. We just won another game by 1 point. How are we doing this? How are we winning? We've just won 3 games in a row by 1 point. Let's see. In this game, Joe Burrow got sacked 2 times, less than Kyler. He did throw a pick, though. Travion Henderson finally turned up and had a good rushing game. Let's see who gave up a sack. Elton Jenkins and Seaton. All right, so Seaton has been giving up some sacks, but Jenkins as well. With Chris Jenkins Jr., our Jenkins is doing well. All right, cool. I'm comfortable with this. Let's go to the playoffs. Oh my gosh, we went 15-2, so we only took 2 losses. We're the #1 seed. All right, finally something positive. Our offense ranked 3rd. Joe Burrow was 2nd in passing touchdowns, yards, and passer rating. Defense was ranked 18th. Joe Burrow had 41 touchdowns, 5 picks, 5 less sacks from last year. Awesome. That's great, I guess. 9 touchdowns, 889 yards for Travion Henderson. And, okay, not bad. No fumbles, though. That's a good sign. Jamar Chase, 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns. Conception, 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. Flournoy also had 10 touchdowns. Wow. 10 touchdowns for the 4th receiver on the team is kind of crazy. T. Higgins had 784 yards. Jordan Seaton gave us 16 sacks. Elton Jenkins at left guard gave up 13 for some reason. But our center, right guard, and right tackle both did really well, or all did really well. Shamar Stewart, oh my gosh, dude. Barrett Carter, 142 tackles, 5 TFLs, 3 sacks, and 1 pick. Great season for him. 13 sacks from Shamar Stewart. 10 from Jordan Birch. Phenomenal trade. Chris Jenkins, the new and improved defense. All these young bulls really pulled up and combined for 30 sacks. That's why we went 15-2. Oh my gosh, we're gonna be unstoppable. There's no way we're not gonna win the Super Bowl. This is the year we win the Super Bowl. Like, we are going to give them everything. We're 11-6. Let's take a look at the lineup before we go to war. So, Joe Burrow is healthy. Travion, oh my gosh, dude. Chase Brown's injured. Jamar Chase is a 99. Conception's an 89. Flournoy's a 78. I mean, how would he not be, you know? Higgins is an 89. Higgins is an 83. Amari Smith's an 85. Jackson Power Johnson 86. Jordan Salters Jake Salters at 83. Seaton's an 85. Defense, Shamar Stewart's an 87, well deserved. Jordan Birch is an 82. Barrett Carter's an 86. We got some lockdown corners, Cam Taylor Britt and DJ Turner. Yo, this has to be the season. This got to be the season. All right, this is our first playoff game, a division game against the Patriots, and we did score on our first possession. Patriots scored right back. Defense, y'all need to get some stops, man. We're not going to lose like this. We're down 10-7. We're going down the field. We're up 14-10. Defense gets a stop. Offense goes down the field. We're up 21-13. Defense gets another stop. Big end of the game drive. 3rd down alert. 3rd down alert again. Big field goal kick. All right, we end up winning the first game, divisional game. Conference championship. Bengals haven't been back here in a minute, dude. In a freaking minute. Joe Burrow played well. 2 touchdowns, no picks. Travion Henderson, 7 carries, 38 yards. So we didn't really run the ball too much. Jamar Chase is Jamar Chase. We already know that. We already know how he's going to get. Travion Henderson gave up a sack, I guess. I forgot he has pass blocking duties too. Chris Jenkins had 2 sacks. Love that. Our guys are really turning up, and we're on the conference championship now. One of our starting corners, Torres Labrum. Good thing we have Josh Newman, but that sucks. Chase Brown should be back within a week or 2. And damn, that sucks, dude. Torn Labrum, we need him. We had a stout team. We have a stout defense. Our conference championship is against the Bills and Josh Allen. Woo! Joe Burrow or Josh Allen to the Super Bowl. We gotta see who's gonna make it happen. First quarter goes pretty dry, but Bills end up scoring. Let's see. Bills looks like they're handling business. 3rd down alert. See if our offense can finally get something going on the board here. 4th down alert. We get nothing. Oh my gosh. All right, game side 7-7. Bengals get the ball back, and they're in overtime. Big 3rd down to make a stop. Another 3rd down's here. They're going for it. All right, looks like the Bengals get a chance to score. Maybe they will. Oh my gosh. Oh, they break the Bills' heart in overtime to win 13-7. Walk-off touchdown for the win. Bengals defense came up clutch. Joe Burrow did not throw a single touchdown. Josh Allen threw a touchdown and pick. Joe Burrow rushed in for a touchdown and broke the Bengals' hearts. Oh my gosh, or broke the Bills' hearts. You'll love to see it. We are now in the Super Bowl. Bengals have spent a long time trying to return. And, yeah, Super Bowl time. Bro, the Packers beat the Eagles 56-20. Oh my gosh, bro. Packers are on their third repeat. They're going for their third repeat, something that's never been done before. And they went 11-6. Bro, hold on. What's up with the Packers, bro? 56 points on the Eagles in the conference championship? What? Bro, 32 touchdowns, 6 picks. Jordan Love barely got sacked. Josh Jacobs is doing his thing. Jaden Reed, Matthew Golden, Dontavion Wicks, 13 touchdowns. Rasheed Walker's the only one that's giving up sacks, but the rest of the O-line's doing really well. Defense, oh, God. Micah Parsons, I forgot. Rashawn Gary. Oh, brother. This is phenomenal. They got top-tier linebackers, bro. All right, this will be a battle. All right, defense gets a stop. Big field goal kick. We got the first points in the Super Bowl. Second quarter, our defense gets another stop. Oh, my gosh. Defense, make a stop. All right, 3-3 game. Oh, my gosh. Before the half ends, oh, we don't get no points out of our drive. Oh, we do score a touchdown, though. Big third down. We get another stop. Our defense has been shutting down the Packers. This ain't no Eagles game. We're up 13-3. Third down alert. We still have the ball. Oh, my gosh. We're going to win the Super Bowl. We're going to win the Super Bowl. Wow. All right. We won the Super Bowl. We won the Super Bowl. Hey. With Jordan Love with Joe Burrow not throwing a touchdown pass. Jordan Love threw a pick in the Super Bowl. Packers get spoiled on their three-peat for the Super Bowl. Oh, my gosh. Rush attack, non-existent. Josh Jacobs got shut down. Bad. Everyone got shut down. T. Higgins, Matthew Golden went off, though. Conception did really well. Rasheed Walker gave up 4 sacks. Who turned up for us? Chris Jenkins had 2 sacks. Demetrius Knight had a sack and a half. Michael Parsons and Rashawn Gary both had a sack. Oh, boy. And the rookie safety had a half sack, a TFL, and a pick. I wonder who won Super Bowl MVP. But we just won a Super Bowl. We just completed it. Let's see who won MVP, though. Yo, from poor season after poor season, after going 8-9 to making a full-on rebuild and making trades, the Bengals go 15-2 and win the Super Bowl. While the trades I made, I don't know how realistic it could be. I mean, we definitely made lots of O-line movement, but we had to make things work. But safety, the rookie safety wins Super Bowl MVP. NFL MVP went to Joe Burrow as well. We won Coach of the Year. Holy crap, what a season. That's crazy. A backup safety from, I think it was Notre Dame, the backup to Jordan Bell, won Super Bowl MVP in his rookie season. Who won Defensive Rookie of the Year? A DN on the freaking lines. Now that's a successful rebuild. Everyone's job is good. I hope everyone's approval is good. Let's take a look at that. Very good. Oh, defensive coordinator is very good. Defensive genius. I want to see everyone's overall before we depart. So Salter got injured. Elton Jenkins. We got a rookies that won. Joe Burrow wins his first Super Bowl. Travion Henderson goes up to a 90. Conception goes up to a 90. T. Higgins is at a 90. Defensive line, Jordan Burch at 84. Shamar Stewart's at an 89. Cornerbacks are pretty much 90s. We have a great team here. And this backup safety drafted, bro, he's at an 89 now in one season alone. In one season alone, this kid from Texas wins Super Bowl MVP. He got drafted. I don't even know when he got drafted. When did he get drafted? Let's see. Awards. Drafted in the 3rd round. A 3rd round pick, just won Defensive Rookie of the Year for the AFC and Super Bowl MVP. Successful rebuild, in my opinion.